Are you serious? Are you serious? Okay, so guys, this picture was taken somewhere in the United States. They believe in West Virginia. It was found in a house in West Virginia on June the 10th, 1964, and yet it was discovered in the attic. And look, what in the world is that? Okay, what in the world is that? And now I know in the 1930s, back in 1939, 1940 even, Adolf Hitler, Nazi Germany, had some similar crafts, similar to that could actually fly. But what in the world is that? June 10th, 1964. That is an original photo found in the attic in West Virginia, and this is believed to be in West Virginia. Somebody help me understand what it is we're looking at here, okay? But wait, there's more. Check these out. Thank you for being a member of my Patreon channel. This was taken July 3rd, 1960 in Argentina. Okay? Still don't know what in the world we're looking at there. Another, the most famous UFO photographs ever taken. This was shot by Joseph Siegel on June 18th, 1959 in Hawaii. Of course, we do know we have military bases out there. What was that? This could be anything. This picture was taken, of course, in May 17th, 1958 in the Giant Rock, California area. But it wasn't seen by any witnesses, so I'm starting to think this has to do with something with a photograph smudge of some sort. I don't buy this one. That one's weird. This picture was taken by an unidentified photographer on December 22nd, 1958 in Poland. I wouldn't think much about it, except there's some very similar to that have been found. This one of the many UFO photographs taken in Japan. This one shows an object in 1958. This one's weird. Okay, this shot was taken on January 16th, 1958, same year. Trinidad Islands off the coast of Brazil. Now, a lot of people said this was a hoax, although when they pull it up closer, it shows you that that small craft in the background actually looks like that. Could it be a hoax? Of course it could. Here's one. I don't buy a lot into this one either. 1957, September. Picture was taken by a test pilot near Edwards Air Force Base in California. It shows this UFO apparently following the B-47 jet. But when you look at it way over there off the tail, but to me, I don't really buy much into this one either. This one's weird. It's off just an Indian reservation near Three Rivers, New Mexico. Took this picture while driving along a highway in Highway 54 back on October 16, 1957. Again, it's near an Air Force base, and that's the thing about these UFOs. A lot of them are spotted near Air Force bases or military bases, which makes me think that if there is any weird looking crafts out there, they are military crafts, okay? That's weird, but that could still be, I don't know, 4 Sicilian men watching 2 unidentified objects over Sicily on December 10th, 1954. I'm still not sure that those guys are all looking at the things in the sky. They may be looking more at what's in the water. So I'm not buying that one. Sorry if you think I'm a skeptic. I'm just being honest. That's kind of weird. That was over Washington, D.C. in 1952. Some UFOs were photographed flying over the Capitol building near a wave of sightings above the city. Again, I don't know. Maybe. This is kind of weird. It has to be some kind of craft. You see the smoke coming out of the tail? July 19th, 1952, Customs Inspector took this picture on the jungle frontier between Peru and Bolivia. The big dirigible-shaped craft flying horizontally, fairly low in the sky. Not sure what it is. That one, what are you going to do with that? That was taken, an amateur photograph, UFO taken in Pasadena, New Jersey, July 1952. Now, this one was analyzed by a lot of experts. It is authentic. What are we going to do with that? What are we going to do with that? Is there any military craft like that, or is this something else? That's similar. This was taken on a mountain road near Riverside, California, November 23rd, 1951. The object was above the skyline, looked like a flying saucer. Again, another authentic photograph. This was really weird. This cylinder appearing UFO photographed over New York City on March 20th, 1950. Nobody has been able to explain that one. That don't even look like anything that anybody on Earth would have made. This is one of these flying cylinders, which I don't even know how these things could fly in the first place. What is that? I don't get anything out of this. This could be just a Air Force 6 flying discs. They said they captured one of them, 1947. I don't buy this one. This is kind of weird because you see this famous picture. It was taken in Burbank, California, 1945, featuring Jack LaMond. He was on a horse with the object in the background, and that object looks like some type of flying saucer of some sort. It's been blown up and identified, and it is a weird-looking saucer-type object. Japanese Sally bomber flies over Japanese Sea in 1943, followed by a dark sphere. I'm not sure that could be a camera. This one's really weird. This UFO was snapped by an American photographer in China in 1942, and several people in the photograph appear to be pointing up at the object. So there seemingly was something there. And it does resemble some of the other pictures we've seen in the past. This was a famous photograph. Now, this was taken in 1942. This was over Los Angeles, California. I actually did a Patreon video on this event. It's an extraordinary video. You should go back and watch it. If you go back into my archives here on Patreon, just keep going back. You'll find this picture and a lengthy explanation of what all happened that night on February 25th, 1942. It's known as the invasion of LA, of Los Angeles. It's an incredible story. This one here, I don't know. So-called Foo Fighters, often pictured alongside Allied aircraft during sorties and raids of the Second World War. I'm not sure. The photographers, I don't buy into that one. This is kind of weird. The guy's even weird, okay? The New Year's Day, 1939. An unidentified man pictured in the United States somewhere with this weird unidentified object in the background. There could be an explanation for this, but he looks like those guys from Project Blue Book. There's another weird little deal. Look at this, 1929. Maybe it's a smudge on the picture over a sawmill in Colorado in April. Way to the right, you see that little speck. Well, when you blow this thing up, it's one of the earliest photographs of a UFO object flying somewhere in the United States. I'm not sure about that. This one's really weird, and it's the oldest photograph ever of something unexplainable flying through the air. This was the earliest picture of a UFO taken from the summit of Mount Washington in New Hampshire in 1870. While they were up on an expedition was up on top of the summit, this thing was flying by. They took a picture of it. 1870. Who knows? What would be flying in 1870? First, the Wright brothers don't even get in the air until 1903. So what is that? Okay. So anyway, you know what? Some of you may have seen some of these pictures, may have some explanations. Please put them in the... I'd love to read your comments below here on Patreon. This is it's where the unexplained. A lot of times we talk about the unexplained or prophecies. or, conspiracies, or just weird things that happen. A lot of time, you folks send me a lot of pictures of a lot of things, and you ask a lot of questions, and I usually never mention them on YouTube, but here at Patreon, we'll explore it. Are you serious? The Bible does say there'll be strange signs and fearful sights in the heavens. Could that explain some of this? Give your life to Jesus Christ. Keep looking up.